How's it going, everybody? And oop, this is the wrong deck in my hand. We'll do this one first. Actually, take me 2 seconds. I was gonna do a different deck, but I'm gonna do this one instead. So we're working with my Erebos right now. Erebos got a dead. It has indestructible as long as I have devotion less than 5, which is how many black pips are on the battlefield for cards I have permanents. It's an enchantment only. It doesn't become a creature. Can't be targeted by like a creature. My opponents cannot gain life, and then I can pay 2 of black and 1 and pay 2 life and draw a card. So I'm not adding much to this. I want to say I am adding a Dictative Erebos, which I put where? Thought I just had it. Remember having an extra Dictate over here. And then I don't know where it went. I think I put it back here. There it is. Okay. I'm just going to add a Dictative Erebos to this. I've already added a bunch. This is my own private deck I made. So, it has all my fancy foil lands, a couple curses. I pulled apart a couple different pieces, or a couple different decks. Persistent Specimen, stuff I want to add to certain decks, stuff like that. Viscera Seer would be good, but I mean, this is an Aristocrats based deck. So, all this fun stuff. My favorite card, Dreadhorde General. Swarm. This has all my nice foilies and all that stuff. This deck does contain Veto, the Thorn of the Dust Rose, and Exquisite Blood. And for people that don't know that combination, Veto states that whenever I gain life, that opponent loses that much life. And Exquisite Blood states, if I can find it, and I didn't go past it already from the other deck, the other half of the deck. Let's see. There it is. Exquisite Blood. So it says whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. So Veto says, so I hit with Veto, so they take 1. They lost a life. So Exquisite Blood says, oh, you gain a life. If it just says, oh, you gained a life, they lose a life. And then it goes back to, oh, they lost a life, and then back, and back, and back. And you just ping the whole table down until they're dead. So yeah. This has a bunch of this stuff from, like, this deck I've upgraded with a bunch of stuff from Ether Swarm. I haven't done Ether Drift. I haven't done, like, Cascale's Life. I haven't done much in the way of upgrades for this deck. I don't want. Maybe I'll get rid of that. This was supposed to. So I heard a lot that at the beginning of my upkeep, this is oversold. Cemetery, it's 1 in a black. At the beginning of my upkeep, if I have 4 more creatures in the graveyard, you may return a target creature from the graveyard to your hand. Now, this is on the upgrade list for my Taval deck. It was one of the upgrade lists I saw online. But to be honest, that Taval deck isn't really doing much with the creatures in the graveyard. It's kind of moving them around a little less than like what people probably think. And they're also running the other commander that wants creatures in the graveyard and like in and out of the graveyard because of the commander. So I'm not doing that. So I didn't decide to put that in. I do have a Shelter of the Whisper Fund. I love this card. It gets murdered the moment it gets on the battlefield, but if I get to play it and it gets around 1 turn, I'm happy. Blood Artist, normal Aristocrat stuff in this deck. It's nothing too crazy. I do have a Lotus Field because it makes 3 mana. It's all that fun stuff, and a Phyrexian shiny Phyrexian Arena, which I did add in my other deck because Phyrexian Arena is one of the best black cards out there. In my own running Assembly Skeleton from one of the pre-cons, I'm pretty sure. So I am now going to find a piece to pull out for the Erebos while we're on here. Now this is going to be a shorter one because it's literally just adding to this. This is adding a card to this deck. I do have my Doctor Who Wound Reflection that I ordered. This deck has no proxies in it until I put this one in there. This is my real, and I'll show you guys. So people are like, oh, he doesn't actually have one. He's just running proxies for you cheap asshole. Like, I do own a full real Sir Conrad. I don't even think this thing's that expensive, to be honest. But it's just, I was ordering some, like, the Smothering Tides are like $40. Like, I ordered some Smothering Tides because, and I was like, oh, I'll just add a couple extra cards I needed. The only thing I got a proxy I don't think I actually physically own is the Doubling Season. Everything else I own 1 copy of, at least. Maybe, but you're good to get rid of a enchantment that I need to get rid of. You're gonna make all my tokens better. You're just murder, but for vehicles too, which is, I wish I had you the other day. I was playing last Saturday, I want to say, or Saturday before that, or was that Monday? I can't remember. I was playing at my local LGS, and somebody had the hearse from the drift set. The drift, it basically, you can exile cards from the graveyard, and it basically just locked me out of whatever I wanted to play. What do I want to pull? I just want to pull out a basic land. I'm just going to pull out a basic land, to be honest. I got a flood in this deck, so I don't need it. Alright, so dictate's in here. And we're going to put this back together. And I'm going to put my deck box, which is right here. Got my nice card kingdom. Well, alright. That's my Erebos deck. Not too bad. Little buildy, little thing. Put all that back in. And yep. Like I said, this is going to be a nice short one, 6 minutes. The other one's like 30 minutes, but that was a full, like, I hadn't touched that deck at all. It was a pre-con. I wanted to build it out a little bit better. I'm going to do my next 2 decks, and then I should be done for the night. I'm going to try to upload these in series. Also, I'm going to clip some of this stuff off for, like, Twitch, for Twitter, not Twitter, oh my god. The other one, fucking TikTok, and some other stuff. And maybe make some shorts, too, so... hope you guys are enjoying this content. I'm going to make more of it as I build more decks and do more stuff with it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.